Are you trying to make a boatload of money? Are you still trading Nvidia or holding Nvidia? Because Nvidia is honestly still one of the best stocks. It's been a few weeks and we have to talk about what I'm doing with Nvidia because I'm up over $11,000 on options. Nvidia is actually still one of the best stocks, and right now it's actually at a perfect setup to do multiple different option strategies. So I'm going to show you my portfolio because look, right now I have shares, but look at all these option positions. We need to discuss each and every single of these option strategies so you can make a lot more money. Now look, also on Monday, I'm going to have an emergency meeting. Check out the first link in the description. I haven't done this before, but since we're in post-election, I'm going to have 10 different stocks that I think are going to absolutely blow up in 2025. And I promise I'm going to make it worth your while. I'm going to have a 2-hour webinar where I will go over different strategies, stocks. I'm going to present. I'm going to also give you a complete discount and trial on Discord. All the details will be in the description on Monday. I don't want to waste any of your time. I respect your time. So let's jump into the video. But if you want to be part of my emergency meeting, then go ahead and check out the first link in the description. All right, so look, on Nvidia, I'm about to print even more money. I promise you. This market right now is just really easy. All right, so look, I have different strategies. I have sold puts. We're going to talk about selling puts. We're going to talk about covered calls. I'm also going to be talking about debit spreads and credit spreads. All right, we have a whole jam-packed video. This is gonna be a killer. All right, look, the first thing I want to say is the easiest strategy. I'm going to start from the easiest to the more complex strategy. All right, the easiest strategy on Nvidia is going to be selling put options. I've been selling put options on Nvidia for some time now because I've been buying Nvidia bicep over tricep, guys. I've been buying this thing like no other. All right, you can actually see right here, I have the 130 sell put, I have 129 sell put. Both of these are worth just 6 cents because I've sold them a while ago. Now they're decaying and they're going to be expired this week. They're going to be gone. So I'm going to be selling new put options on Nvidia, looking for a new entry. However, I also want to point out that I've also been doing covered calls. Guys, for the past 10 years, I've been trading options. And for the past 5 years, I've been making YouTube videos, and I started off with the wheel strategy. I've been teaching the wheel strategy from the very get-go because that is the safest strategy. The wheel strategy is a combination of selling puts and covered calls in the same stock. But nobody said that you have to wait to sell covered calls. You can do it right off the bat. This is called a covered strangle. And this is a strategy that I have brought to YouTube and I brought to our community here because I think it's a very powerful strategy. The wheel strategy and the covered strangle strategy are kind of like cousins, okay? And it all goes back down to the simple basics of selling options for income, selling puts for income, and selling covered calls for income. I've been running both of these simple and easy strategies on Nvidia, and I think that right now it is still, it's absolutely still a good time to run it on Nvidia. And I'm going to do that again, and I'm going to be doing it for December expiration. And as my options approach expiration in December, I'm going to be selling more options for January, okay? So I'm always selling options on a monthly basis. That's where I find my consistent cash flow. Now look, here's my play, and I'm going to show you multiple plays in this video. First of all, this will be gone and expired. So will this. My covered calls at 148 are very close to the money. And, I can say that I probably will have to roll this position up. So I'll show you step by step for each of these positions how I'm going to replace them. Because right now I have the golden strategy here. I have 6 different strategies or 6 different option positions on Nvidia. And each and every single one, I'll tell you what I would do for December. First of all, for Nvidia expiring this Friday, okay, as I'm making this video, I'm going to sell some more put options, except now I'm going to do it at 135 strike. So I'll come back to these options in a moment. Let me just show you some Nvidia options by going to sell put. I'm going to go for December. Now look, you guys already know the reason I want to buy Nvidia is because AI, innovation, their price to earnings multiple is actually very reasonable. I covered Tesla yesterday, and Tesla, I said, had a 100 PE ratio. Pretty insane. Obviously, Tesla is not trading based on valuations, it's trading based on momentum. Nvidia is actually a very similar story, and I think Nvidia stock will be about $200 per share in 2025. I think we can see another 33% pop in the stock, okay? I think 33% pop in the stock is going to happen, just like I got a 33% pop on the bicep. All right, 33% pop in the stock means that you can actually make a lot more than 33% if you're using options. Because the other strategy that I'm going to show you, which is going to be a bull call spread shortly, if Nvidia goes up 33%, you will absolutely double or triple or even quadruple. We'll take a look at the exact example, your portfolio. So by being in Nvidia, you will make way more than 33% in 2025 if the stock goes up 33%, which I think is kind of like a base case. Like my base case is Nvidia will ride up by 33%. I mean, we've had over 200% in a year, right? So 33%, I'm really not asking for too much. I'm not really asking for anything. I'm very confident. I'm good at my trading skills. So I'm not really asking for anything. Just based on my view and based on my belief, I think we can probably honestly double a portfolio. We can double a portfolio or double the investment we make in Nvidia. Because let me correct myself, you don't want to be fully invested in one stock. That makes no sense, right? I mean, not good risk management. And I would never recommend that you guys go too heavy into one stock, even if we're super, super bullish. And I've been super bullish on Palantir. We made a killing. I've been super bullish on Tesla. We're like raking in the money. It literally feels like money is unlimited. But hey, we still always want to be in the protection mode rather than just the, being overly aggressive. So look, Nvidia, I'm going to sell put. I'm going to go for December 20th, and I'm just going to look for entry. I'm going to show you the option that I was looking at. I was looking at the 135. I'm looking for entry right here. This is about a 28 delta, okay? The delta here is 0.279, which is 0.28 essentially. The volume is 9,600, guys, like 9,600. That is so much volume. That is fantastic. Why is it fantastic? Because when there's a lot of volume on an option, that means there's a lot of liquidity, okay? And I've said this in another video that if you're looking to sell a Toyota, you can sell a Toyota real quick because the market is huge. Everyone's trying to buy a Toyota. Toyota's cheap and everyone can afford it. If you're trying to sell a Ferrari, even if it's going for a good deal, it's still a luxury niche, right? Same thing with options, guys. It's very simple. The biggest mistake I see is people trade options that have no volume. The more volume, the better, okay? So that's why I'm trading Nvidia and Tesla. That's why I'm making a boatload of money, because I'm following where the money goes. Where the money's flowing, I try to go there, right? Some man's getting rich, some hedge fund's getting rich, but I'm there kind of like intercepting, and I'm trying to get some of the drops of the water, right? The water is, you see in that picture? I'll put up the picture right here. The water is flowing to big, corporations and hedge funds. But I'm just trying to take a little piece, right? I'm trying to take a little piece of the profits, all right? The profits are flowing in, and I'm also riding the wave, okay? With all the hedge funds, with all the billionaires, with all the people that know what they're doing. Because I also know what I'm doing, because I still have connections at Wall Street. After working at Goldman Sachs, I'm still in touch. I still have, the scoop of what's going on and what's driving innovation, okay? You don't even have to have an inside scoop on Wall Street or have work there. If you just understand that the AI is going to be trillions of dollars. I'm looking for entry into Nvidia, and I'm not scared at all. I'm not scared whatsoever. 135 right here. When the market opens up, I'm making this video in the morning. I'm going to be selling more options here, because typically what I do when my options are expiring on Friday, I will think about closing this option. So today I'm going to close these options because they're only worth 6 cents, right? I have 2 more days, but they're tying up a bunch of capital. I've already made 99% on the option that I showed you. I'm going to go back and show you some more, but I've already made 99%. So I'm going to close those options, and I'm going to open up a new position here. Now check it out. In 36 days, I can make 3% with an optimal entry. Guys, you always think about, how do I time the market? How do I get in properly? Listen, nobody knows when to get into the market properly or at the perfect time. But if you sell a put option that's out of the money and you get assigned on Nvidia at 135, when Nvidia's at 147, you're going to be winning, because you're getting a $12 discount. You're getting paid up front. Literally, the cash enters your account. You can take that money and go to Whole Foods with it. Once it's in your account, you've gotten paid. Now you just have an obligation to buy Nvidia at 135. But what's wrong with that obligation? Like, tell me, what is wrong when you have to buy Nvidia, which is a good quality stock, at 135? That's why I'm going to be probably opening up like 10 contracts here. I'm probably going to make another 135K bet, right? It does require capital. I'm going to cover some smaller account strategies. Obviously, the folks that I work with in my Discord have some capital, right? You need capital to sell puts. It's mandatory. So this will have to, each contract here will be $13,000 roughly of capital that you put up. And now Robinhood says max loss. No. That's not the max loss. That's if Nvidia went to 0, which is not going to happen. It's not even going to fall down to 100 most likely. So look, that's the first play I would do. Let me go back now and let me show you the other plays that I would make, because simply said, we're looking to sell puts for optimal entry, but we also want to do covered calls, right? So covered calls right off the bat. are also going to be more profitable. So why are covered calls more profitable? Well, guys, we're in a big bull market. And because we're in a big bull market, post-election, which is also why I'm having the emergency meeting on Monday. If you can make it, that would be fantastic. It will be recorded, so just check it out. The reason why now is such a vital time, literally such a vital time, is because post-election, we have a market rally, all right? A market rally, you have to ride the momentum. Momentum is like what I mentioned in the last video. It's like when there's a tidal wave, right, and there's a huge momentum in like water, all the boats rise, right? All boats rise in a rising tide, right? That's what they say. So when that is happening, when all boats are rising, you want to have your boat docked, right? If you want to go higher, you want to be docked. You want to be there to enter into the trend before the trend takes off. You think Jeff Bezos, how did he become such a billionaire? Because he was early on the internet. I'm trying to make you guys early on the trend, okay? I can't say we're early anymore. I've already grown to multiple millions of dollars, and I've already helped 2,000 students do the same. And we're not early per se, but we're continuing on the trend, okay? At least I can say that there is still opportunity. It is not too late. So I would say on Nvidia, I would jump in, buy 100 shares, and then do a covered call at 150. Okay, here's what the covered call. I'm literally buying this stock hand over fist. People have forgotten about it. I'm telling you, you're making a mistake if you forgot about it. You go to sell covered call, okay? So I would go to December 20th right now, and I would straight up, I'll tell you what I'll do. I have the 148. No, I will go to 150. 150 is going to be a little bit better because you are going to get some upside. When you do a covered call, you want to give yourself a little bit of upside. Now look, it's a give and take situation. You can go do a 300 covered call. Guess what? The 300 covered call is going to be worth nothing. Absolutely nothing, because the farther out of the money you go, the less it's worth, right? We don't even have 300. It's 290 is three pennies. And I'll tell you this, you won't even get filled for 3 pennies because the volume here is going to be... I was wrong. Holy moly. You will get filled for 3 pennies. I thought you wouldn't get filled because the volume is low. No, the volume's actually... That's crazy. People are actually betting. People actually are betting on Nvidia going to 290 in that quick of a time. I think that's crazy. Look, you don't want to go that high. What you want to do is the higher you go, the less money you make, because there's a lower chance of that happening. Now, you go too close to the money, then you don't get enough premium at all. So that's not good either. So what I would do is I would sell a covered call at 150, guys. Give yourself a couple dollars of upside and collect $860 worth of premium. 860 is going to be about 5%. Yeah, it's about 5% because 10% of 150 is 15, 5%, 7.5. This is actually 6% in 36 days. Tell me, please, if you have a bigger portfolio and you can make 6% plus you have some upside, 8%, 8 to 10% in this market, guys. Let's say we can do that for 3, 4, 5 months in a row, right? 10%, that's 50%. If you have 100K, you're about to make $50,000. That's literally what's happening in my Discord community right now. That's literally how easy money is right now. You don't want to miss out on Nvidia, okay? This is just one of my safer, easier plays. Let me show you another one. The other 2 strategies that I want to show you is going to be a debit spread. So let me show you this debit spread that I recently opened up in Discord. I'm already up $849. I actually opened this position up not long ago on November 4th. It's been 10 days and I'm up about 10%. 10% in 10 days. That's 1% a day. So that's what my smaller account strategies can do for you. It's 1%. It can be 1% a day easily because, small account strategies are a little bit on the riskier side, obviously, especially when I'm doing my buying strategies, but you can make tons of money. So I'm up about 1% a day. I did this 10 days ago and I opened up a smaller position. I ended up investing $8,800 and I opened up 3 contracts here. This is actually a poor man's covered call. Now, I've covered the poor man's covered call, and actually, you can watch yesterday's video on the poor man's covered call where I covered it for Palantir, okay? This is my best strategy, guys. I'm giving you my best secret sauce on YouTube for free. You don't need to buy anything. You definitely don't need to buy any of the other option YouTubers because they all learn from me and they're all just, for the most part, copying me. So you don't need to buy nothing, guys. I'm trying to give you the best education on YouTube for free. You don't need to buy anyone's stuff. You don't need to buy my stuff. It's all free. You don't need to smash nothing. You don't need to do anything. If you subscribe, I appreciate it, but I'm just trying to help you out. I'm literally giving everything away for free because I have enough money. I'm looking to help more people. That's my duty. That's my higher calling from God. So for me, that's what I feel passionate and happy about, and that's why I show up here every single day making the best videos. All right, so I would say that when it comes to the poor man's covered call, you can check out yesterday's video if you want extra help. I'm going to explain it briefly right now because I respect your time. I don't want to make this video too long. Look, a poor man's covered call will look like this. I have the right here, I bought September 120 calls. I bought 3 September 120 calls. That gives me that deep ownership. Okay, I kind of made that up right now. Deep ownership means that there's a high delta, right? If I expand this option right here, I'm going to go into it. Is deep ownership means that I have a lot of upside. My option is very sensitive, all right? So if Nvidia goes up, which I think it will, this option is going to profit a lot. You can see how this option is up about $1,600. The delta is very high, all right? So for a poor man's covered call, you want to go for a delta that's going to be about 70 delta, right? So when the stock goes up $1, your option goes up 70 cents, all right? So you're getting that strong ownership. Now, this strong ownership costs some money. It doesn't cost as much money as owning 100 shares, which is why I love this strategy for growing a medium-sized portfolio. You get a really, really good upside with this strategy without really having to put up that much capital, which I know is beneficial even if you personally have a bigger portfolio. It is still nice to put up less capital to make the same or more money. So this absolutely makes sense, and obviously 10% in 10 days is just typical right now in this market. It's just typical. This is just an average day. This is an average week for me now. The 150 covered call that I sold here is for January, okay? For Nvidia, January 2025. This right here has subsidized my cost of the 120 call, okay? It's subsidizing my cost, and it's costing me less to own this because I've sold this option. So that's actually the benefit of the poor man's covered call strategy, is you get to basically do covered calls as a poor man. That's kind of why it's called that. All right, so also real quickly, I just want to go over my portfolio real fast because this is the expiration, guys. This is the expiration that I have for November 15. I have a win, 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 win. It's just all across the board, guys. We're winning. And I would say that you should be in this situation now, or you will be in this situation now by just simply selling options. By simply selling options on Nvidia, I mean, I'm obviously using American Airlines, Apple, Amazon, Chipotle, Hood, Nvidia, PayPal, Starbucks, SoFi. For this expiration, I have one loser. Judge me by my losers. $162 loss on S&P 500. And it's a covered call, not even a loss. I've just literally made a little bit of money this week, and this will sell off. Judge me by my losers, because right now I have none. I have some in life, of course. I'm not perfect, but right now, this is why I have so much experience, and this is where the experience really shines. Can you make a lot of money in a bull run? And when there's a bear market, can you save yourself a lot of money? That's the most important part, right? Everyone's making money right now, but how much are you making? And when we have a pullback, it's not if we will have a pullback, how will you be positioned? Because the strategy that I'm showing you today in this video will actually protect you. Will actually protect you very well, because if Nvidia pulls back, let's go back to Nvidia, you'll be very safe, especially with the sell put. The sell put that I showed you for 135, you'll be safe. The covered call that I showed you for 150, you'll be fairly safe because when the market pulls back, you have more margin of safety. I showed you in the example is $860 of cushion premium that you collect on the covered call. Okay, on the poor man's covered call, you put up a small amount of capital, so you have lower risk. Guys, everything I'm putting you into is designed to help you make money at a lower risk because I care. That's what I want for you guys. I want you to grow your wealth just like I have. I'm at almost $4 million. It's going to happen any day now. Any bull day, I'm going to be at 4 mil. I have another portfolio, which I've grown a little bit more aggressively. It is for my one-on-one coaching. I do one-on-one coaching on Zoom, and I am working as a one-on-one coach now. That is something that I am focusing on very heavily, just because I've launched the bootcamp model here on YouTube, and then everyone has basically done the same. All the competitors that offer bootcamps have learned from me. They're my students, and then they also offer bootcamps. So I want to differentiate myself. I want to be different, and I want to go a level further into one-on-one coaching, which has been going very phenomenal. I've worked with many successful doctors, lawyers, engineers, medical professionals, or even everyday 9-to-5 folks. I've helped them in my one-on-one coaching, and I'm just working with them. They're able to text me anytime they want. I'm giving them specialized plays, and I am occasionally jumping on Zoom calls with them just to help them one-on-one, because this is what I love to do. So I don't mind working all day to get you results. I love doing this, and I truly have nothing better that I would want to do with my time than give back, help others, and grow. And right now is the best time, especially post-election. So go ahead, check out the first link in the description if you want help. And if you just enjoy my free videos, hey, thank God. I hope that you keep enjoying these videos. Subscribe. I'm super happy to have you guys here as part of the family. And let's make some money. Let's make a lot of money. Let's make money safely. Let's get rich. Let's make it happen. We live one life. Let's make it happen. I'm here for you. So let's get big. Let's get rich. Let's get successful. Let's get happier. Let's do more good things in this world. And yeah, I'm just really blessed. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video.